Okay, so this is part 2 of my read-through and additional snark of Stephan's emails between him and his parents. Part 1 is still going through the checking process, so it's not public, so I can't really respond to any comments that have been made on that as yet. My big question was, who is this pen pal of Stephan's? Because, seriously? Someone who writes to Stephan and says, I think you look attractive? You gotta wonder. You really do. So I actually haven't looked ahead at these, so basically you're getting my reaction as I read them. Now before I launch into that, I just want to thank those of you who are here watching this video and supporting my channel. I know that my channel has taken quite a hit from me basically speaking out against grifters, against dishonesty, against what I would consider a lack of morals, and that has resulted in significant impact on my Madeline Soto videos, to the point where I find myself questioning if I should just stop covering Maddie's case. Although I realise if I do that, I'm allowing the bullies to win. So at this point in time, I will push on, accept the fact that I'm not going to earn anything off my Maddie videos, and do what I can to keep my channel afloat in some other way. Now, as mentioned in my previous video, I realise that a lot of people aren't getting notifications for my videos, so I will be making posts in Patreon letting you know when my videos are out. So if you are a member of my Patreon, you will get a notification that way of my videos. If not, if you are a regular of my channel, you probably know by now that it's not very often that I miss a day when it comes to uploading videos. And at the moment, thanks to all this demonetization, thanks to my Maddie Soto videos being shadow banned due to a little bit of help from trolls and other channels, I am actually working my butt off trying to get at least 2 videos out a day to try and keep my channel afloat. So if you're not seeing any uploads by me come up in your YouTube feed, then I recommend going to my homepage and just checking out what's there, because it's possible that you are missing videos that have been uploaded that just haven't come out into your feed. Okay, so before we launch into this video, there's a number of ways you can help me to get my videos back out there, get them seen, help me to keep my channel alive, basically. Big one, please hit the like button. YouTube loves that. The more likes that I get on my videos, the more likely it is that YouTube is going to recommend it to other viewers. Also, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, that helps. And of course, if you believe you are subscribed, just double check that you are, because YouTube will, on occasion, unsubscribe people from channels. And I have had a few people mention recently that that has occurred to them. And of course, the other way you can help me is by leaving comments below. Feel free to stop, pause along the way, and make comments as we go along. And I'll do my best to respond to as many comments as possible. I do make a priority of responding to members' comments first, simply because there's just not enough hours in the day at the moment, and I'm just not getting through everyone's comments. I do read your comments though, even if I haven't had a chance to respond. So with all that out of the way, let's jump in and continue reading these emails. I probably should have mentioned also, I'm going to put these emails into a separate PDF on their own, because the real estate letter to Stephan is in the same PDF as these, and at the moment it still contains the address of his parents, and I don't particularly want to be making that public, even though I think everybody knows the address by now. But even still, it's the right thing to do. So I will be putting all these together into a single PDF with just the letters, and I'll be putting that onto my Patreon. If you are not familiar with my Patreon, I don't charge for my Patreon. My Patreon is free to join, and all my uploads are free to upload. There are tiers that you can join where you can support my channel, a $1 tier or a $2 tier, but I certainly don't ask people to do that. Basically, the whole point of me starting a Patreon was just to make it easy for people to access these documents without having to jump through hoops or pay a bucket load of money for all this discovery. Okie dokie, let's make a start. Now, I'm going to start by saying I've never heard anyone give a guy the nickname Steph. When I read Steph, I think Stephanie. Although, we can call him Stephanie if you like. But then that's an insult to anyone out there called Stephanie. Okay. Hey Steph, it's good to hear from you. I'm glad I can snag these messages in the middle of the afternoon. I'm sorry I didn't see your message until late yesterday. I didn't get home until 9 p.m. and I was in Orlando for a meeting. Mum is taking the bros for shots. The puppies are pretty vocal, either wanting more food or having an insatiable appetite, looking to snack on Mum or wanting attention. They're very loving and good cuddlers. Yesterday, I met a 92-year-old man who was full of stories. One thing that stood out was that he'd been to Area 51. Seen things not allowed to talk about, he told me anyway, which I cannot repeat. Flown with Chuck Yeager. I don't know who that is, sorry. You can come at me, I'm Australian. And was involved with the Cuban crisis. One comment in response about our numerous moves was due to the economic climate and business turmoil as you were growing up. You were too young to know what was happening. Many mergers and acquisitions during those times resulted in businesses consolidating to pay the debt used to make those acquisitions. When this happened, many jobs and positions were eliminated, all part of doing business. Most companies of those companies and positions no longer exist today, and those remaining people I grew up working with, have all faded to wherever. There is no security whatsoever working in the corporate world. You are better off working for yourself. Today, it's worse for those willing to work, which doesn't seem like a lot. Working for a company today means you're really there at the whim of whoever is managing the business. There are no longer 30 or 40-year employees receiving gold watches. You are at best an independent contractor. Employers today churn and burn through employees. I'm sure you experienced some of the corporate world while at Disney. It's just business and everyone is expendable or collateral damage. Regardless, you do what you must to feed the family and survive. It's interesting that he's mentioning that, given that he's also said that he's changed jobs and he's working in a new location. It could also be, it sounds like he's also referring to where they used to live before. I know he was registered as a real estate agent in California, as was Deb. So I don't know if it was something that went sour there, or if this is just something in general. But he certainly sounds a little bit bitter I'm thinking maybe it must be a more recent thing, maybe connected to the fact that he's changed where he works. This is all very true of the corporate world. I largely blame the decline of our country to corporate entities. It's their attitudes, greed, and manipulation of the political world that have led to this sort of downslide. They've been doing it since the late 50s, and we are experiencing the end effects of it now, from bleeding the economy for all it's worth and not contributing back to age gaps and the prioritisation of maximum profit over long-term stability or survival. They have bled the country, corrupted the political process, and created generations of wage slaves. It's appalling. Capitalism is a good thing, but everything needs to have some moderation. Too much of a good thing becomes a bad thing, as we can now see. This guy just sounds like a complete utter tosser, honestly. Wages needs to increase to meet the cost of living in a realistic way. Sorry if the CEO can't buy their third yacht and a lakeside summer home in Italy. But the reality is that many employees cannot afford to live on the wages they receive. Making profits as fast as possible while slashing costs, reducing product quality, and criminally underpaying employees is not a sustainable business model. That's where we are now. There needs to be some responsibility to your workers too, not just to your investors and executives. A rising tide should raise all boats. Oh yeah, right, you're just so smart, Stephan. I have to say, I was amazed that America doesn't have a minimum wage. Well, not anything like Australia anyway. I don't know how some of these people who have to rely on tips survive. Not all corporations are like what you described, but the ones that are, it's self-evident. On the brighter side, I like what I see happening in tech. It's changing quickly and it's fast-paced and becoming increasingly fast. Buckle up, I like the emerging technology, and you know how much I love tech stuff, anything to improve efficiency. How's the commissary fund? I think people are going to suddenly realise that AI is destroying jobs, job futures. All this emerging technology is going to leave more people in poverty, is my belief. Here we go, back to talking about Stephan's commissary. I just made an order yesterday. Lots of coffee and butterscotch, some saltines, a few bags of chips, some pickles, and a pack of mackerel for protein, along with some spicy peanuts. All in all, about $50 worth of supplies, I think. That should leave about 15 to 20ish after tomorrow. But if you think I should reduce the order, I could try today. Yeah, poor little Stephan. He wants to really do the guilt thing here. It's like, he knows that his father's not going to say, yeah, reduce the order, we can't afford to give you more money. He knows that basically the response here is, that's okay, I'll put some more money in for you. Honestly. The tablet will die soon. I want to see what happens with tech and experience it too. But that is an uncertain prospect for me right now. Haha, yeah. You're not going to see much there, dude. I want to see how VR technologies improve in the coming decades. They are already pretty awesome. Oh dear. Let's hope he doesn't have too many coming decades ahead of him. And for Stephan, mission accomplished. No, leave the order as is. Just let me know when two gets too low, and I will replenish. Yeah, me too, although I don't think I'm ready to be transported, not after seeing the movie The Fly. Jeff Goldblum, presumably. I'm not sure that there's been anything since then. That didn't work out too well. Maybe we should work on battery life more. Lol. Love ya. Thanks for birthday wishes. Just got the tablet. Yeah, I agree about battery life. Battery tech is due for some upgrades. Well, you get like 20 hours or something now these days off a lot of devices. So it's come a long way. Speaking of which, I turned down the brightness on the tablet in an effort to preserve more battery. I just saw the inmates get some special food deliveries today, things like calzones, buffalo wings, Phillies, burgers, etc. I asked the officer what those were, and they said they were fresh favourites, which are special meals that your family can order you from the commissary website. I have no idea what is available or even how much they are, although I assume they are likely not cheap. God. This guy just really doesn't give a rat's ass about how much of his parents' money he spends, does he? But I thought it was interesting anyway, and wanted to see if you could research that a bit and figure out the details and tell me what the deal is with that, since I can't look at them from my end. In other words, hint hint, I want you to start doing this for me now, on top of all the other things that you are doing, like spending a fortune buying me books and putting money in continuously for my commissary so I can buy 20 million coffees every other day. And now he's really going to sell it, of course. I doubt they are really worth it, except maybe as an occasional special treat. But the officer said they are way better than the usual fare you get here. Poor little Stephan, he wants some real food. Which means they definitely wouldn't be cheap. But we can still look and find out either way. In other words, I don't care if it's going to be really expensive. I want this and I want it now. I'm hoping the books moves from one thing to the next. I'm hoping the books you guys ordered start coming through. It usually seems to take a day or two after delivery to get to me down here. So if any were delivered Tuesday, I would expect to start receiving them today or tomorrow. How's the weather been lately? It's always the same in here. Oh, poor little Stephan. Although I finally got to go outside for some rec time a couple of days ago. They put me in the bullpen, which is a small fenced-in spot that is separate from the rest of the yard, so PC inmates can have rec while other pods are in the main yard. But it went about the way you could expect. The other inmates immediately crowded the fence near me and started asking me about my case, hurling insults and death threats, etc. I ended up going back inside before my allotted time was up. Well, it sucks to be you, doesn't it, Stephan? Poor little princess. Geez, I wish that was on camera. Well, it would be on camera, but I wish that was something that we could get access to, just for our own satisfaction. Hey, glad to hear you got some outside time. Sorry the inmates weren't hospitable. I'll research the commissary website and get back to you. I'm not at home right now. It'll be later. I'm actually at the store picking up supplies for Mexican cornbread. The weather's been typical for this time of year. Heavy thunderstorms late in the afternoons. I'll take that over hurricanes any day. I would love heavy thunderstorms right now. It has been grey and dreary all day, and I doubt that the temperature has gone above 10 degrees Celsius. And here we go with the emotional manipulation yet again. Oh, just reading the words Mexican cornbread made my mouth water. I miss that. I won't ask for any of those special meals if they're too pricey. You guys already do so much by providing commissary and books. And yet, when have you ever said thank you, Stephan? I've not seen it once that I can recall. And yes, that noise in the background is my big dog Taka repositioning herself because it's that time of night, so she wants to be directly outside of the kitchen for when I go in there and start doing their DINNER. I'm not going to say it out loud because then I'm not going to get to finish reading this particular bit. My biggest wish for my life has been to get to a point that I was no longer a burden on you both. That you could have the peace of mind of knowing you didn't have to worry about my future anymore. I hate that I'm still such a burden. It seems like every time I'm on the verge of getting my shiz together, some damn thing always goes wrong. I can't figure it. And I'm sorry for it. Truly. All the years and effort you've put into me should have paid off by now, and it is one of my greatest shames to have failed you so many times. I don't know what to do at this point, or if I'll have a chance to get it right. I hope I will, but with my luck, who knows? Yeah, it all comes down to luck, Stephan, doesn't it? It doesn't come down to the fact that you are a lazy grifter who's been enabled his entire life and who never had any intention whatsoever of stopping grifting off your parents. Admit it, that's the reason why he never bothered trying to hold down a job. Because he knew that the daddy dollars would come in to help you anytime that you made that request. And here we go, they bought it hook, line and sinker. I'm sure you're right, it might be a little pricey, but we'll check it out. Things are improving. Your future has always been our greatest concern and frustration. Yep, because he's a loser. So much potential, so much opportunity lost. As much as I tried racking my brain, I just couldn't come up with the right motivation, incentive, or enough encouragement for you to see what everybody else saw in you. Well, actually, the problem is that you guys never gave him a shove. He knew that he didn't have to actually achieve anything because whatever he did in life, his parents would fix it if he screwed up. And if he didn't want to work, that's okay. His parents would finance that also. Regardless of the outcome, turn the negative into something positive and make something happen. You're too intelligent not to. I think you can make an impact to others. I think others might have an impact on him, but not in a emotional way. Based on what Stephan said about his time in the bullpen, I think there's quite a few prisoners who would like to have an impact on him. Moving on. We are at a loss and determining how you arrived at this point in your life. I don't think that's quite what they were trying to say there. We're anxious to hear. I just left the doctor's office. They're taking me off one of my medications and reducing my insulin. I'm down nearly 70 pounds since late January. That obviously is making a significant impact on my health. I think I will be off an insulin in a very near future. Yay. And the cardiologist took me off of one of my heart meds as well. That was an expensive drug I no longer have to contend with. Wow, way to go. That's wonderful news for you, and I'm glad to hear that your health is improving. I'm hoping Mum will have similar news as well soon. How have you managed to lose all that weight? Diet changes? More exercise? What's the secret? Probably a bit of stress over having a loser son wind up in jail over some rather hideous acts. 10,000 steps a day, 1,000 calories a day, net calories around 700 to 800, and medication. I'm down to a 32-33 waist and medium-large shirt. The meds don't give you much of an appetite, and believe it or not, no sweet tooth. The same for your mum. I just got home, so I'm going to log Mum in to catch up with our emails. And now he's going to shit all over Chris's accomplishments and make it all about himself. And yes, I apologise for the language, but I figure if YouTube's going to demonetise me anyway, what the heck. That's fantastic. Unfortunately, my step count has dropped significantly. However, my calorie count is quite low. Oh, poor little Stephan. The food sucks, and they don't give you enough of it to feel like you've eaten enough, even when you can eat everything on the tray, which is rare. So not much calories going in on a daily basis, except when I can supplement it with commissary items. Even then, it's only a little bit here and there. I will get Mum caught up and wait for your reply. In other words, sob, sob, poor little me. I'm gonna fade away to nothing unless you buy those extra meals for me. And of course, here we go. Mum's writing now, while she's researching the commissary. Just as an aside, as an Australian, I find the word commissary really, really bizarre. It's not something that is used here in Australia. We would refer to canteen. Yeah, I just looked it up, or at least I looked up Queensland because, of course, of the Phoebe Bishop case, and they call it a canteen. I've not heard anything in Australia referred to as a commissary. Hi Stephan, I am now able to log in for messaging. The fresh meals sounds like a step up. We're checking into it. God, they just give him everything. The books should be trickling in, and I usually send 3 or 4. Pups are ready for outside time, with the tunnel, splash mat, climbing platform, balance board, etc. Teeth are all in, so real food tomorrow and not mush. First bath and shave this week. I just can't get my head around doing that to puppies anyway. You know I love that, seeing what is actually under the fuzz, seeing the structure. I made the appointment for their first shots, microchips and health certificates. That makes it so real that they'll be leaving the end of August, just when they get to be great fun. They are leaving. Chris is looking into the commissary to order special items right now. Strange how it doesn't show up in a search. I've come to the conclusion that people are vile voyeurs into others' lives when they have no connection whatsoever. Lies, conjecture and outright insinuations about everything. It can be laughable at times. Then I find it is just sad that people are so desperate for a voice that they will inject themselves anywhere that pays, then to talk, even if they know nothing. Sad but true, says Deb, who allegedly is now best buddies with a YouTuber. The ticks of the world making a living from the public that is bored. YouTube is a joke, and so are the people who make a living from it. Sad, pathetic wannabe investigators with no life of their own. Yep, you've got us there, Deb. We're all sad, pathetic wannabe investigators. We all live down in a basement somewhere, still with our parents, playing with our Tamagotchis and painting Warhammer figurines, because that's the kind of people we all are. Hi Stephan, Chris and I have been dieting since January. No exercise for me since the indoor pool vapour incident. That was a fun day in the ER. Well, that could be an interesting story. Chris is smaller than when we were in high school. I'm down to 57 pounds too. Gets easier. Although we did a fish sandwich and fries splurge last night. Woohoo! Yeah, 'cause, can't afford nice food when you're giving all your money to your son. It hit the spot. You're in my prayers daily. Stay fit mentally and physically. It helps with the stress. I wish we could do more for you there. but there isn't a lot available, unfortunately. Again, getting off here, I'm reading past posts from you just for today. Hugs. Hey, hard to believe I'm missing an entire litter of puppies. I wish I could see them. The meals are called fresh favourites, and they're special meals that are delivered at certain times, I guess. I saw the other pods receiving them today, and there were things like burgers, fillies. What is a filly? Calzones, wings, etc. Some people were getting 2 or 3 things. It was interesting. He's really going to push until he gets this, isn't he? I'm not sure how it works, only that your family can order it from the commissary site. And I doubt it's cheap. Have you gotten any delivery confirmation for any of the books you sent yet? I wonder how much of all these messages is all about things he wants. Depending on when they arrive, it could take a couple of days to finally get into my hands here. I read through the Howling trilogy, and surprisingly no nightmares. I guess reality is worse for me at this point. What a jerk. Although yesterday I did have a bad nightmare, and woke up lashing out at an imagined enemy. It's been a long time since I had a dream like that, and it was unpleasant. Gotta give the tablet back. Let's hope he has more nightmares like that. Stephan, it's a shame that the other inmates are so hateful. But they're all there too, so no choir boys there. They get to feel like they aren't as bad as you, apparently. Well, you know what, Chris? Here's the thing. Probably a few of them are as bad as Stephan. When you look at what he did, he's the lowest of the low. At least you got fresh air and sunshine. I hope you get to do that more often. Sometimes you just need that little bit of change. Mum. And I really hope that every time he does get to go out and enjoy yard time, that he gets heckled every single time also, because he really does deserve it. So just a very brief one. I'll check on delivery dates. Hope to hear from you again soon. Love you, Mum. Be on the lookout for double cheeseburger, soda pop, tater tots and cookies. I believe Thursday. Sounds like a Macca's order. Soda pop, that's just like fizzy cordial, right? Stuff to order are cheeseburgers, double and triple, boneless wings, cheesesteak with boneless wings, triple bacon cheeseburger, buffalo chicken sandwich, pizza, or combo with pizza and calzone. Mix up on the order of books, reorder, and sending. We'll let you know when they're due to arrive. This guy needs to learn to spell check, or at least check what's being written. Hey, he's got the tablet. Okay, we'll keep an eye out for books soon, hopefully. Wow, okay, food sounds good, and I will look forward to it. And now he's just gonna ask for more, essentially. Make it sound like he's just got to have these other things. The cheese steak and wings sounds interesting. So does the pizza calzone combo. I will look forward to the double cheeseburger and tots. Now Thursday can't get here fast enough. Just a little bit of a fun fact for you. In Australia, tater tots, we call them potato gems. That's going to keep me in anticipation all week. Yes, it was nice to feel the wind on my face and the sun on my skin after nearly 5 months without it. But the novelty wore off when I became the object of everyone's interest. So, unless they can let me go out when the others are not out there, I'm not sure. I think it's worth it. Well, sucks to be you, doesn't it, Stephan? You're going to be stuck inside then. They're not going to rearrange everyone's schedule just so you can go outside and have a little bit of sunshine without being harassed. Seriously? Still trying to stay active in my cell, push-ups, squats, I'm even using some stacks of legal documents to do some arm curls. Oh my god, what a jerk. What a dickhead. What a moron. Bundling them up in my towel to lift them together. With over 2,000 pages, it's a good weight for the purpose. I'm going in cycles of hopefulness and depression. Well, guess what, dude? You can lose the hopefulness. It's just not going to happen. I just want to come home, and I want to crawl into a hole and disappear from the world and never come out again at this point. Well, you got yourself there, so enjoy the ride, bucko. I'm trying to keep my mind occupied, but it's difficult sometimes and my mind gets to racing. How are you both? How are the pups? Have they started their new food yet? Okay, so in case you haven't figured it out by now, the words that you see that are highlight, as you can see up the top of the screen there, they're highlighted because they're flagged in case there is something significant in the message. Hey Steph, books ordered and should arrive intermittently. The pups are now velociraptors, full mouths full of needle-sharp teeth. Those teeth are being put to use eating solid food and they love it. Graduated from the small flying saucer dish to the big one. This weekend, first baths and shaves. Yesterday was a great day. For some reason, I woke up full of energy and went for about 6 hours straight getting the pen clean, pads washed, and put the potty box in there. Breaking out the tunnel, wobble board, climbing platform, splash pad, and baby slide to get the outside playpen set up. Can't wait to see them playing. Lots of thunderstorms here lately. I don't know if they're having them there. One of the books I ordered for you looks so good I got a copy for myself too. The prices of these special meals is really high. They should be Wagyu beef burgers for the price. Are they monitoring your blood pressure or just giving you pills without knowing how it is working for you? Were you able to order any of the sour Jolly Rancher candies? And now she seems to be yabbering on about the dogs. You know how Kazzy likes to play, wondering if Olive will recognise him as a sibling. I don't think Stella was born the last time they were here and Lacey was just a pup and played with Quinn, her litter mate. Having pups of her own here, we thought it better to just have the one outside dog here. Okay, with Lynn's celiac disease, she absolutely must travel with at least Kazzy. He checks everything she eats, even doorknobs for any hint of gluten. I'm so glad I was able to work with them and with their trainer learning to identify a pup with the ability to seek gluten for her service dog. Now have 2 gluten detection pups out there working, 2 for PTSD victims, 1 who monitors heart rhythm, 1 of Diesel's puppies, and 1 ESA. I should get off here and hope you get to read this. Love you always, Mum. I guess that's the thing with standard poodles. They are allergy free, so they do make good service dogs. Hey, which book did you order a copy of for yourself? If you don't mind giving away the surprise on that one. Yes, I imagined these meals would not be cheap. Jail and prison is apparently a big business, and the laws getting passed all the time keep business booming. I've heard that there are quite a few lawmakers and politicians who even have investments in the commissary company. They don't monitor my blood pressure as much anymore. It seemed to have been gotten under control and was steadily good, so now I just get the meds in the usual 10 milligram per day, 2 5 milligram pills. I'm sure we get storms here, but can't always tell if it's raining unless the thunder is loud enough. Glad you seem to have more energy. Sounds like you got a lot done. I wish I could see the pups playing. I will wait for you to write back. Love you. Come on, BS. You can't tell me he is in a cell without a window. What an utter joke. Breakthrough. I think it's a book. A lot like the movie Day of the Dolphin. Means nothing to me. That's all I'll say. I hope we both like it. I'm sure there's a lot of people involved in keeping the prison system under their control and in their pockets. Sad, even in such a place, there is horrible corruption. Look what they did with our text messages. Turn them over to the public. It's called FOIA, my dear, and you live in a state with sunshine laws, meaning that all this is available to the public. And see, when you do a crime as heinous as what Stephan did, you tend to lose your rights in terms of privacy. People are just so bored they have nothing better to do than scan daily for any new updates. We refuse to talk to them, so they make stuff up. Some is comical, some you wonder where their minds are, certainly not in a place of light. They are in dark shadows in their minds to even think of such things. I feel sorry for them and pray for them to find peace in their own lives and stay out of ours. Well, I have plenty of peace in my own life. But you know what? We like talking about your son because we're here for justice for Maddie Soto, and if that means reading through these to see if there is a glimpse of anything that gives us an understanding of how your son ended up to be such a loser, how he ended up doing what he did, and maybe any glimpses of what may have happened, why it happened, then yes, we are going to read through all these and we are going to listen to your phone conversations. And you bet we're going to talk about it anytime your son is in court. Yellowstone comes back on TV on November 10th. Looking forward to that. If I'd kept the black puppy boy, he'd be named Rip. Lol. I don't know what that's. Yeah, whatever. I bet there are a lot of Rips and Cases out there already. I wish I knew where Sailor is and if he is okay. Actually, I have to agree with that. I would like to know where Sailor is and if he is okay, if he is being looked at, and if he is getting cuddles. If Jen has him, I hope he is helping her cope. Well, it's a very generous thing to say. I'm being called for dinner, so I'll sign off. Love you, Mum. To answer your question about the sour fruit candy, have not been able to get that yet. I always try to add a bag to my order just in case it comes through, but no luck so far. The book sounds interesting. I hope we will see and maybe share some notes about it. I wonder about Sailor too. I really hope he's okay. I miss him and hope he is still with Jen. I know he is good at sensing when she needs love and lavishes her with cuddles and kisses all over the face. I'm sorry, but I can't handle hearing them being nice about Jen. Because I can't stand the woman. She is as much to blame for what happened to Maddie. Well, maybe not as much to blame, but almost as much to blame as Stephan. Except he did it. But, you know, she deserves to be locked up for her role in all this. Personally, I think Sailor would be better off with a family, with kids again, who can lavish him with a bit of love. I know he misses his other humans, but if he has her and she has him, I know that he is at least in a good place where he is loved and needed. So I hope he is with her. Jerk, you're the reason little Sailor lost his favourite person, because I would imagine Maddie probably was his favourite person. Yes, some people can't resist sticking their noses into affairs that have nothing to do with them. There are people in this world that just love minding everyone else's business and make themselves feel bigger and more important by doing so. It's sad. Not much to do, but shake your head and pity them. What's for dinner tonight? These people just exist in their own little fantasy world, don't they? They have no idea why Stephan is there or why people might be interested in trying to find out what him and his parents have to say. Dude, you are going to be a topic of conversation for a very long time, and none of it in a good way. Hey Steph, it's Dad. I was busy cooking dinner earlier. Dinner was hamburgers and Mexican cornbread, postponed from the other night. It's gotten to the point where we can't each eat a burger, so we split one and saved the other one for later. For dessert, I made banana pudding. Your mother has been on a banana pudding kick lately. Just sampling the leftover pudding, I can tell I'm not going to be able to eat much. It's too sweet. But we'll see. Neither one of us has much of an appetite these days. Portions are smaller, so is the food bill. I have to scale back the meat purchases. Publix is good about splitting packages. Mum says 5 books should be arriving Monday. Let us know if and when they arrive. Okay, this is as random as YouTube with the words that it flags. It has flagged the word cook. Oh, I can understand, but I mean, it's pretty random. Hey, banana pudding sounds divine to me. I will keep an eye out for the books. They may not get into my hands for a day or two after delivery, but I will do my best to let you know when they arrive. Well, I suppose that's a good thing about decreased appetites, the decreased food bill. Myself, I'm not sure a decreased appetite would be an issue for me. I feel like I could demolish an entire large pizza to myself and potentially eat the cardboard box too. Here we go. He hasn't even got his first meal from them, but he's going to manipulate them as best he can to make sure that they order some more of those super expensive meals for him. I've been craving pizza for quite a while and have often thought about melty, cheesy slices of pepperoni pizza, breadsticks, marinara sauce. It's torture to think about it, but I can't help it. Thinking of all the foods I miss: steak, chicken, cheesesteaks, pizza, crab legs or lobster tails, a sack full of White Castles. What are White Castles? Please explain. So, half the things on that list are the things that basically they told him was on the commissary list of meals that they can buy. So he's now going to manipulate them to make sure that they do, in fact, buy him more of these meals. He's so desperate for pizza. He's so desperate for chicken and cheesesteaks and pizza again. Honestly, seriously. Mum's squash and onions, steamed veggies with lemon juice and butter, sautéed chicken and cayenne pepper. My mouth waters to think of it all. I wish I could cook my favourites as well. And wish I could experiment with new recipes too and test them out on you both. I don't think I'd want to eat anything that he'd cooked. Especially when you consider his lack of personal hygiene. I didn't reply to the other about the books. We'll see. 2 of the ones coming are not from an author you know. I hope I didn't screw up and get these 2 out of sequence, but I think you will enjoy them. I don't think I ever saw a paperback that was $18. Is that expensive for paperbacks in America? I hope they are good. There are 2 or 3 more in the series. Just let me know if you like these first. What do you do for hygiene items? Shampoo, soap, toothpaste. How do you shave? I'm pretty sure you can have razors. Oh, pretty sure you can't have razors. Or can you have an electric razor? Or just going to grow the beard until you look like a member of ZZ Top? Lol. Hoping we find out more that we don't know about the jail prison system. Seems like they should put out an information book for families. Love you. Big hugs. Well, I don't think you need to worry about hygiene items for him because he doesn't believe in personal hygiene. Okay, we'll see if the books are good and let you know. I don't know what series you're referring to, so don't know yet if they are out of sequence or not. But we'll certainly let you know. Hygiene items are a mixed thing. I can get soap and toothpaste from the guards, but the toothpaste is not very good. Better to buy that from commissary. I still have my toothbrush that I had ordered. I can get deodorant from the guards and shampoo is available sometimes, But not always, it seems, so it's safer to buy that from the commissary too, which I did. Ordered dandruff shampoo. As far as razors go, you can use them under supervision, I believe. But I haven't been shaving. I got my beard trimmed with clippers when I got a haircut, but am long overdue for another. I'm going to ask this weekend and hope the barber can come down to see me. My beard is getting out of control at this point, and I'd rather not be chewing on my moustache when the burger arrives, you know. God. Nail clippers are available to use upon request and returned when you are done, so I try to keep my nails trimmed as far as possible. Still working on getting a pillow. 5 months of using my shoes for a pillow has been hard on my neck and back. Oh, BS, I bet he does have a pillow. And these bed mats are rough on the knees and hips. You can't lay on one side for too long and have to roll over often, or your hips start to hurt very badly because they sink right through and rest on the hard surface underneath. Poor little Stephan. Honestly, dude, it's not meant to be a 5-star resort. What kind of lunacy is that? Not even a freaking pillow. It's jail. It is jail, not Helga's House of Pain. Yes, but it is jail. And I'd imagine that he probably does have a pillow, or maybe he got it taken away from him for some reason. Then again, not supposed to be a place most people would want to visit for any length of time. A whole heap of yada about books, which we don't need to worry about. Lacey is yodeling to go outside. They all ate. Puppies ate earlier. I can't even imagine the boredom you're living 24/7. I never would have imagined this scenario with you. It's just heartbreaking for us that you put yourself in this situation. I won't chastise you. You're doing that enough yourself. BS. He's still saying, get me out of here. I don't deserve this. I want to get out. I'm a good boy. Stay in prayer, read your Bible, and understand that no matter the crime, you can and will be forgiven by God if and only if you ask for forgiveness and repent. Yes, but see, if you don't actually admit to it, then there's no point in asking forgiveness or repenting, because it shows that you're really not repentant, are you? I know you are sorry. We're all sorry and appalled that this happened. I know it causes you so much anguish too. Just know we're here for you no matter what. You are still our child, and I don't care what other people think at this point. They don't really know anything about you except what the liars and blowhards put out in the media and social networks. It's sad and sickening the things they find to be interesting. Gotta let them out. Love you always, Mum. Yep, here he comes with a little bit of the truth, because he knows that if he doesn't actually admit the truth here, it's going to come out somehow anyway. Inmates do get pillows, but since I started out on S-Watch and spent months on self-harm observation, there were many things that I didn't get that normal inmates do. So I've been working on getting all of those things. You have to remember, I started here with nothing. No blankets or clothes, only a Velcro smock that did not keep you warm in a cell with a glass front like a fish tank, and had to slowly earn everything bit by bit. Clothes and blankets, shoes, writing materials, books, phone calls, commissary, even soap to keep in my cell, so I can wash my hands after using the restroom or before meals. Cup and spoon. What about soap so you can actually wash yourself, you filthy sod? 16 days without washing, without a shower. That is so gross. Can you imagine how much his cell would have stunk? You'd never get rid of that smell. You'd have to clean the cell. Ugh. All of it had to be gained bit by bit over a period of weeks and months. And now I'm off of self-harm I'm just trying to catch up on the rest of things I should have. But that's a slow process. You can't nag the guards too much, so I pick and choose what I ask for and when, so that I don't hassle them too much. So basically, you just haven't gotten off your ass and asked for a pillow because it makes you feel special to act like the martyr. They honestly take a lot of crap from inmates all day and I don't like to pile it on if I can help it. There are some good employees here despite the issues I've had with some. Many of them are quite professional and so I try to avoid giving them a hard time. Anyway, right back soon. I will log off for tonight. I think the tablet is getting low and the system will shut down at 10 p.m. as well. I love you both and will try to get the tablet again this weekend if I can. Hugs and kisses, give the pups some pets and love for me too. Sleep well if you can. I'm sure you are right and there are some caring people in there, decent and good. I'm glad you're getting things back. Every step forward is a good step. I know the time is up for tonight. This weekend is bath and shave for the pups. Fun, lol. My God, she's fixated on that. Hugs, Mum. I'll try to sleep as well as I can, but it's rarely a good night's sleep. Oh, Jesus. This guy needs to just accept why he's in there, accept his lot, and stop whining. Anyway, I'm off. I'll look forward to the books when they arrive. Don't forget to try to stick to my wish list as well. There are a lot of great books on that list that I still want too. So, no, thank you for getting those extra books for me. Just, you've got those extra books, but make sure you get all the books that I asked for as well. Honestly. Enjoy the big reveal with the pups. I know how exciting that is for you, and I wish I could share that moment. I will just live vicariously through your description. Good night and love you both. Hey, I have the tablet for now. How's your afternoon going? I'm fighting the monotony of the day today here. Rereading through Congo, almost finished. Trying to decide what to reread next. Is today the day that the puppies get their wash and clip? I wonder if there's a way to send me a picture of it here. Is work going well? You said things are improving. So I assume things are going well there. I slept through most of the morning, turned down breakfast just so I could sleep and not have to get up to deal with the tray. Lazy sod, and then you complain that you're not getting enough food. Hey, I just saw this. Sorry about that. I could have responded sooner. I thought I had an alert set up. I just upgraded to the new iOS beta. I may need to tweak it. Every day is improving, but a long way off from where it needs to be. But I'm optimistic it will be back to normal by the end of August. It's been a rough 10 months. Do you have access to pen, pencil and paper? Are you allowed notebooks for writing? I think it would be interesting down the track to put these together with the various phone calls, try and work out dates and stuff with them, because you can see where there's overlaps. I remember one of the phone calls, him talking to Stephan about notepads and pens and paper and stuff like that, and wasn't that another excuse for Stephan to try and get more money out of him? Here we go, a little bit of a jab here. Why don't you think about books to teach you something? It can be anything. Today was the day from grooming the puppies, but Lynn and John are coming for a visit, and Lynn wants to watch Mum groom them. I don't think you can to photos for obvious reasons. I'm starting a new project that involves other people and their help. We had a strategy meeting last week, and I've been assigned with writing a white paper. Makes sense since I'm the one who suggested the idea. I'm working on that now. Besides that, I'm viewing several business YouTube videos and videos about the new OS updates to the various Apple devices. I upgraded to the beta for all of the devices, so I'm catching up on the new and improved stuff. You can now mirror your iPhone to your desktop, for example. And like everyone else, Apple is deploying AI cleverly called Apple Intelligence, or LOL. Apple will slowly release or expand AI, but I don't expect anything major until next year's OS update. One of the most useful updates is maths tools. Apple finally created a calculator for the iPad. One button allows you to open a math notes screen. You can hand write out the math problem with the Apple Pencil. Hit the equal key and it writes out the answer. It's then saved as a note in the Notes app you can review later. The bros are going in for grooming next week. They're way past due. Abby looks like a small bear. I think Mummy's attacking her tomorrow. That should yield a first grader when all that hair comes off. Catch up to you soon. Love, Dad. Hey, just got the tablet back finally. Got my special meal today, double Angus burger with tater tots, Sprite and cookies. It was very good. Thank you for that. Oh my gosh, he actually said thank you for the first time in God knows how long. Best meal I've had since I came here, that's for sure. It even came with ketchup packets. I haven't seen ketchup in over 5 months. Had a check-up with the doctor again today. Confirmed still losing weight down to 169. So taking me off the cardiac diet slowed the weight loss but hasn't stopped it. They're going to supplement my food intake for the next 7 days and check up on me again. I guess that means they are going to include an additional snack bag with my meals that usually consists of some type of sandwich and some cookies, I think. And they're also going to give me some kind of carnation shake as well. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I received a bunch of books. The Andromeda Strain, Rising Sun, Micro, Ready Player 2, Breakthrough, Leap, Catalyst, and Ripple all arrived. I've already finished reading through Ready Player 2 since it arrived on Tuesday, and I wanted to jump straight into it. I also got a notification that some type of hardcover book also came and was returned to sender. The handwriting was terrible, so I couldn't make out the title that they listed for it and don't know what it was. Maybe you can find out. Got to be careful about that. How are things on your end? Anything new? Write back and I'll be checking the tablet while I have it. Hey, good to hear from you. You've been absent a while. Seems as though there's no consistency to the availability of the tablet. Glad you enjoyed the meal. What would you like next week? There's only one delivery a week. Pizza and a burger, or what? Everything is the same. Work, puppies, and living life. Curious, has that woman stopped trying to connect with you? She seemed persistent. Here's Mum. Hi there, glad to hear from you and happy to hear that the meal was good. For the price, I expected Wagyu beef. Yes, Angus is better than grade. Josh said your Facebook page is still up and running. Give one of your attorneys a sign-in and password so we can take it down. Can't tell us on the phone or here on the pad. Everyone and their uncle apparently is just dying to devour every morsel of malicious lies that are being floated by the YouTube trolls looking for clickbait and a monetary reward. Sad people with no job sitting in front of their computer playing at being cops. Disgusting. It's hard not to reply to them, but that would just let them gloat. They are just ticks on society. Enough of that. The hardback book must have been an Amazon mistake. I checked the orders and all were indicated as paperback. I'm reading Beneath now and enjoying it. I think you will too. Reality and sci-fi in one book. We still pray for you, we love you and support you regardless. We are not naive though, and you've done some horrible things, Stephan. Finally they're coming to terms with it. Things I never in a million years would think my child would be capable of, and that's a hard pill to swallow. I want to look in your eyes and ask you why, and actually get the truth. I'm sure that won't happen. Again, no shielding others. Take care of yourself first and foremost. I will say it's pretty disgusting that all of this stuff is being dumped out to the YouTube wannabes. How can they get a decent jury pool for your trial? They've got this thing viral all over the country and in the UK. Maybe more. Yeah, like try Australia. Why? It escapes me why people who have no skin in the game feel the need to make themselves a part of it. Her name is Madeline Soto. That's why we make ourselves a part of it. It's about justice for Maddie. It's about making sure that her story is told and maybe somehow making a difference for another child who's already out there facing a future like Maddie's. As for a jury pool, not every single person in the world watches YouTube. Not every single person in the world is watching channels that are covering the Maddie Soto case. They have to be some kind of sick, twisted people with no other joy in their lives. It's sad really, but also aggravating because the truth is nowhere in any of these posts. They can say anything and think that they are shielded because they give a disclaimer at the beginning that these are their thoughts and feelings about things, along with their psycho-devoted followers of the truth. What a joke. Bitter much? Well, enough. Again, more time goes by, the pups are at the fun stage. People are already coming to meet their babies before pickup. It's great meeting people you've been talking to for, in some instances, several years, without meeting face to face. They really are exceptional and adorable. Not a beta in the bunch. All alpha but brave. Friendly, engaging, smart, just everything you pray they will be. Especially when placing service dog prospects, as you know. Although I know they aggravated you when they were sounding off with the rabbits in front or someone at the door, but under it all, I know you loved them all. I know you really love playing with the pups. I do wish you were here for this. Their playpen is set up in the lanai and goes almost end to end. There are fans above, level ground and safety from the aerial predators. I'm putting in the equipment tomorrow: tunnel, splash pad, climbing platform, wobble board, the plastic ball pit, balls, all the fun stuff. I guess I can print pictures and send them via mail, but check that please. Hey, good to hear from you both too. I've been asking for the tablet for 5 days, but only finally got it today. Yes, no consistency, but it is what it is. If you want to get me another meal, the pizza calzone combo sounded good, or the cheesesteak wings combo sounded good, or the buffalo chicken sandwich. Honestly, it all sounded pretty good, but those three are at the top of the list for me. Grovel, grovel, buy me food. The commissary account could use some topping up too, if possible. My God, just, empty your bank account on this guy, why not? I finally got a bag of the sour fruit balls candy, and it's not as good as I'd hoped. The root beer and butterscotch candies are better in my opinion, but I'm wondering if the other out-of-stock items might finally be available too. I guess I'll find out soon, but I want to get some more mackerel and hot peanuts, and of course, coffee. I always order more when I can to make sure I don't run out anytime soon. But I will see the sardines in hot tomato sauce will arrive as well, since I've been curious to try them. And maybe get some Hawaiian punch drink mix while I'm at it too. So I will try to muse the commissary kiosk this weekend, if you toss some funds in there for me. I wish I was there for the pups as well. Yes, they were aggravating for a long time with the barking, but honestly, something finally clicked back in 2022 for me, and I stopped being so easily aggravated and suddenly gained an immense reservoir of patience. Oh, BS. Traffic stopped bothering me. Everything just stopped bothering me. Finally, and conversely, Jen became angry and irritable. Became the angry and irritable one. You know where this is going. I think we heard this on a phone conversation, didn't we? Who raged at traffic and snapped at everyone all the time. So when I moved back in with you most recently, none of that stuff seemed to really bother me anymore like it used to. This change seemed to coincide with the start of my new job back then. I don't know, a switch got flipped and I was happier again. Yeah, right, and this is why we heard in various interviews that basically Chris and Deb were tiptoeing around their own house because they were afraid of him and his moods. I'm reading through the Andromeda Strain now, but when I finish that I will jump into Breakthrough and catch up with Mum. Yes, that woman stopped trying to connect. I accepted after like the 5th attempt she made, just to see if she would message me with whatever her purpose was. But she sent a message COD, which meant I would have to pay on my end to see it. So I said screw that and declined to pay for it, deleted it, and then disconnected from her. If she wasn't willing to even pay for her own message, I wasn't going to be willing to read it. There was no way I was going to use credits my family paid for to let some stranger message me for some unknown purpose. She hasn't tried to reconnect again. Some other people have tried to connect though, but I've so far declined them since I assume it will be more of the same. Pretty much all female names that are trying to connect strangely. I can't imagine what these people could want to say to me that I would care to read anyway. Can't imagine why those people would want to speak to him anyway. So, whatever. I felt like I'm spiralling a bit this week. I can't begin to describe how badly I want to leave this place. I'm sick of it. I'm missing so much of the world right now and what's going on out there. I miss my family. I miss my freedom. I miss everything. I'm getting quite anxious and the negative energy in this place has started to affect me. I hope to hear back from you soon. I love you both very much. I will try to get the tablet back when I can. Right back ASAP. There was a soft drink shown with the meal as part of it. Did you get it? Dad will transfer some funds to your commissary soon. I hate that your life has turned out this way. Remember that old saying, a single event on a single day of a single week will affect you the rest of your life. But come on, let's get real. We're not talking about a single event on a single day. We're talking about things that he did dating back at least 4 years, probably dating back to the entire time that he knew Jen and Maddie, and in fact, by the sounds of it, dating back even to when he was a teenager. So basically, all the crap that he's pulled in his life has finally caught up with him, and this time round, Mummy can't buy him out of it. That is what this is, the first bad decision leading to that first event. Doesn't wipe out the good you've done for people. What good has he done for people? Stephan has always put Stephan first. Doesn't change the person you are capable of being. But honestly, this is a long, rough road you are travelling on. We will be here to support you in any way we can, but you still have to walk the road, and I hope God is walking next to you. Don't blow smoke and tell me you're praying, or that you asked for forgiveness if you haven't. Nice. It's probably the first time in Stephan's life someone's turned around and schooled him. It is between you and God, and I truly want him in your corner. Placing the calzone meal order for next Thursday. I hope it is as good as you expect, and I'm really sorry the sour candies didn't reach expectations. Do they have starlight mints or cinnamon candies? You and your sweet tooth. Brushing those pearly whites, I hope. Not a great dental plan where you are. I'm glad they're going to supplement your nutrition. You are dangerously thin for your height and build. Keep working on your physical and mental health. Enjoy the books. A new Crichton book will roll out in November. I've pre-ordered it for you. About Egypt and the tombs sounds good. Dad just transferred some money into the commissary account. More to come later in the week. Again, much love, hugs from afar, and know we are still your family, Mum. So he's giving him all this BS about him losing weight, and we've seen his appearances in court. He's not lost any weight. He doesn't look like he's been affected in any way, health-wise, by his stay, except for becoming possibly a little bit more smelly. So that brings us to the end of this latest batch of emails. I'm going to apologise in advance because I realise this one's going to be delayed getting out, given that the first one, at the point in time that I am recording this, has been put on one of those additional 24-hour checks, meaning that it probably won't be published for another 24 hours, and of course I can't publish part 2 until I publish part 1. And this will probably get the 24-hour treatment as well. And like I said, being Maddie Soto, they'll probably be demonetised. As you can see, this is the reason why I'm questioning whether or not to even continue with Maddie's case. But it would break my heart to have to stop covering Maddie's case. You know, I want to be here until she gets justice. And it just really, really sucks right now. So, based on the snoring that you can no doubt hear, it's probably time for me to finish this video and take the dogs to bed. So, on that note, thanks for listening. I especially appreciate those of you who are sticking by my channel right now. You're keeping me on this platform at the moment, so I very much appreciate you. So, I think you know the drill by now. Please hit the like button. That is super important right now for me. Also, please leave a comment below. Thank you, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Give a fuck about me.